France is a grand country where the splendor of nature, sights worthy of long hours of excursions and mysterious inhabitants combine. It's a beautiful place which has own interestingnesses. I want to tell you about some of them. It's known that France is called the hexagon because of its shape on the map. In 1934, Charles de Gaulle, a French general and a statesman, called France as the hexagon for the first time. He was a representative of the highest military ranks and had geometric mind. Knowledge of geography was the main point of war waging. That's why he had studied a large number of maps, and then he noted that approximate shape. Disneyland Paris is the only complex of parks of Walt Disney Company in Europe. It's located in Marne-la-Vallée, 32 kilometers east of Paris, the capital of France. It's amazing that the park area is about 1943 hectares. Usually Disneyland Paris is visited by about 12.5 million people by year. There are two theme parks in Disneyland Paris, Disneyland Park, functioning since 1992. In Walt Disney Studios Park, functioning since 2002, amusement park Disney Village, golf course Golf Disneyland. Besides, you can find hotels and business and residential neighborhoods. Disneyland Park is the oldest part of Disneyland Paris, and it's perhaps the most important place. It consists of 5 theme parks located around a Sleeping Beauty castle, the symbol of Disneyland. Adventureland is popular with Indiana Jones and the Temple of Peril, Adventure Isle, the House on Tree Branches, Swiss Family Robinson, and Pirates of the Caribbean attractions. Frontierland is also full of interesting attractions. You can ride on a roller coaster Big Thunder Mountain, visit the House of Ghosts Phantom Manor. Frontierland is permeated with the spirit of the Wild West. Here you can also visit a small zoo, shoot in Rustler Roundup Shootin' Gallery, meet cowboys and Indians, and take part in a steamship walk in the Western style. You have an unforgettable chance to shake hand famous cartoon characters. Visiting the playground Pocahontas Indian Village, the Tarzan Show, the show, and Mickey's Winter Wonderland. Main Street USA is the main street in Disneyland Paris and consists of different shops and restaurants. It leads to the Sleeping Beauty castle, and it's like Marceline, the Walt Disney's native town. In the end of 19th century and the beginning of the 20th century, there is a beginning of the locomotive tracks that runs around the whole park. Discoveryland is famous for its demonstration of fictional future of Jules Verne. A roller coaster, Space Mountain, Mission 2, and the great show The Legend of the Lion King, a 30 minutes musical. There are adapted story of popular fairy tales such as Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Alice in Wonderland, Aladdin, The Little Mermaid, Pinocchio in attractions in Fantasyland. You can also find a lot of entertainment opportunities in Disneyland Paris. They are likely countless. Do you know about Channel Tunnel? The greatest building of the 20th century, it's considered to be one of the 7 modern wonders. A large part of the tunnel passes under the English Channel. It permits to visit London. Going from Paris, travel time is 2 hours 15 minutes. This tunnel is the 3rd of its length in the world. No matter how the tunnel is amazing, but there were some accidents. Fortunately, deaths have never been. First tunnel project was proposed for consideration to Napoleon Bonaparte when the signing of a peace treaty between England and France was carrying. However, it remained on paper due to the war. People say, if you wouldn't visit the Champs-Élysées, you didn't visit Paris. The Champs-Élysées is the most visited tourist attraction in Paris. Even Homer wrote about the Champs-Élysées in his immortal The Odyssey. There the humankind enjoyed the earliest life. No snow is there, no biting winter, and no drenching show. But Zephyr always gently from the sea breathes on them to refresh the happy race. The Champs-Élysées are the most famous avenue in Paris. It starts at the Place de la Concorde and extends up to the Arc de Triomphe. Compared with 2,000 years of age of Paris, this street is relatively young. First alleys appeared only in the 17th century. Then walking area which became a continuation of the Tuileries Garden had arranged. First houses were built when the construction of the royal palace began in Versailles. During the period of the Second Empire, elegant mansions filled with asphalt pavements. Gas lanterns appeared on the Champs-Élysées. What's worth seeing on the Champs-Élysées? In the first place, it's the Élysée Palace, the residence of the president. One of the oldest French restaurants, Pavilion Les Doyens, is also there. It was built in 1848. A lot of outstanding people such as Flaubert, Maupassant, Zola and Jean Cocteau visited it. Now I want to tell you about Rond-Point. It's both a self-titled theatre de Rond-Point, and a round area which is the end of walking. Part of the Champs-Élysées. On the right side an edition of newspaper Le Figaro is on the left, Jour de France. Hence the large street is moving away. There are airline offices, banks, exhibition showcases, cars along it, many cinemas. Commercial centers of the largest automobile companies, the famous cabaret, Lido, one of the most expensive Russian restaurants, Rasputin, a huge store of music production, Virgin Megastore, travel agencies of different counties. The central office of tourism are on the Champs-Élysées. You can eat in McDonald's and at the famous restaurant Le Fougue's. A lot of worldly famous brands are presented there. They are Benetton, Disney Store, Nike, Zara, Gap, Lacoste, Louis Vuitton, Guilan, Sephora, Yves Rocher, Cartier, Adidas, H&M. As already mentioned, the Champs-Élysées ends with Arc de Triomphe. It was built after the victory of Napoleon at Austerlitz when he decided to erect it in honor of their victory of the army in December 1805. The prototype of this arch became the Arch Otitis in Rome with the same arch span and columns. It's the biggest arch in the world. Arch is decorated with Grand bas-reliefs, Austerlitz, Victory of the Nile, La Marseillaise, Resistance, Triumph of Napoleon, Crossing the Bridge of Arcola, Funeral Marceau, Peace, the Battle of Jemappes, the Grand Army Hike, the Taking of Alexandria. Besides, there are 128 names of battles and 558 names of French offices. Granite pedestals are around the Arc de Triomphe. They are connected by iron chains. Total of pedestals is exactly 100 in honor to 100 days of second reign of Napoleon. The Arc de Triomphe is a symbol of Paris and a permanent place, a pilgrimage for huge number of tourists. When you visit France, you must try Calvados. Calvados is traditional strong drink made by distilling fermented apple wine with further aging in oak barrels. This drink came from the French region of Loire Normandy. Its taste is similar to brandy with a delicate apple bouquet. You don't drink Calvados. You breathe it, Sir Joan. The heroine of the famous Arc de Triomphe by Eric Maria Remarque said, "It's often mentioned in the novel Calvados is the favorite hero's drink. It touched the soul."